Spring.
Okay, you started broadcasting the meeting. Got it.
Nice.
I think it's on Facebook now. I'm just okay. It's just waiting to go in YouTube, I guess. But that's all right. We can start, and whenever it gets there, it'll get there.
It gets there.
Yeah, exactly.
So we are here on our official first live goddess chat with so many beautiful ladies. Oh, I am so excited.
There, so I'm seeing we're on in the group. So that's amazing. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Happy for you to join me here with my sisters, Leman, Simen, and Lizy Jordan, and Nicola Parker. So we're going to be doing weekly Empowered Goddess Coffee Chat vidcasts. So, and this will be broadcast every week, every Friday at the same time. So at this time now, and I'll also be broadcasting it on YouTube as well. So we're going to be talking about all sorts of awesome topics. We're going to be diving deep in divine feminine topics. Anything goes. And we're also going to be pulling each, we all love tarot cards or oracle cards. So at the end of each session, we will each pull a card for our viewers, and hope you have an amazing time with us. And we're very, very excited to be here with you. So a little bit about myself. I'm Wendy Yehia. I'm your Divine Feminine Holistic Wellness Coach. I've always loved helping people. And this year I discovered my passion is to help women with their struggles. So I empower women to step into their divine feminine power with confidence. And I'm also now a coach. And I have with me 3 amazing coaches and healers. So I'll give the mic to Leman, and she can introduce herself and talk to us a little bit about what she does.
Thank you, Wendy, for having this pleasure, this honor with you today in your audience. I'm also very excited to be here. So my name is Leman. I'm a spiritual life coach, a holistic business coach, and a past life regression therapist. I have been in business since 2011, and it's been over 6 years that I've been online. And my passion started at a very, very young age. Basically, my mission actually started at a very young age when I was trying to find the meaning of life. I was always this little girl that wasn't fitting in with the society, always trying to find answers and questioning life as it is. And I wasn't feeling, that there was love around and there was hatred and everyone, is not communicating with each other and just participating. And there was so much pain in other people around me. And I was trying to figure out why is people like that? So at that young age, I started channeling with the angels. And that brought me into taking up courses, meditation, working on my inner work in 2010. And then I actually started to open a local office and work in a local office in 2011. And then I decided in 2016 to close that local office and started working online because I had a calling inside of me that I should go online and help people worldwide. That was why I actually started my online coaching. And that's what got me leaded into becoming a holistic business coach. That's another story, which I went through. Maybe another day I could actually speak about that crazy story of mine that I actually experienced when I first started online. But yeah, and like I said, and what I do, I help other coaches and therapists to reach professional growth, connecting with their power within, removing blockages from their subconscious mind, gaining confidence within themselves, and identifying their life mission purpose with their content, their messaging, and their branding to stand out in the crowd. And also, I have the past life regression therapy, which I have combined it in time, my own unique strategy, which is angel-like past life regression therapy. So yeah, that's me.
So exciting.
Oh, thank you so much, Leman, for sharing that. I'm fascinated by people's stories because we all have a story to tell, and each one story has brought us where we are today with our passion. So it's so amazing. And now we're gonna go and talk with Lizy about her story and who she is, and so she can talk a bit about herself and what she does.
Okay, beautiful. All right, so I'm Lizy, aka Samoya Inspires. That's my brand. My first name is Samoya. My nickname is Lizy. So what brought me on this path? Well, for one, I was born with a brain tumor, which led to me becoming blind at age 8. And before I became blind, the house we lived in, we would always see this little ghost boy. Apparently, he drowned in the pool. So my clairvoyance was really activated as a child, given the fact that everyone would see this little boy. At some point, you would meet him. When I became blind, my clairvoyance literally hit the roof. I would see things other people couldn't explain to me. Some people were like, oh, it's just your imagination. I'm like, no, this is not my imagination. My imagination is me thinking of something and then picturing it with my mind. I'm not thinking of these things or picturing these things. They're just popping up. I was always fascinated with magic and witches and fairies and all this beautiful stuff. And when I started seeing other entities, you could say shit hit the roof because I was a little bit afraid. I was afraid to be in a room by myself. I started seeing angels. They were pleasant. So, and I would find things in the house and everybody was like, how did you know this? I'm like, oh, the angels told me. Like, oh, the angels told you. And my family did start to believe me after a point because I would find things, I would tell them where things were, that they didn't know where they were before, and there was no explanation for it. Eventually, I grew up, and when you become a teenager, you just want to be like everybody else. I just wanted to be like everybody else in my class, in my school. And it was a frustrating period for me because trying to be like everybody else meant muting my abilities or completely ignoring them, which I totally tried to do, by the way. Didn't work out. Eventually, as I grew up, I realized I can't do this. I can't be like everybody else. I can only be original, beautiful me, right? So I decided to do that. I also saw that, of course, I was going through trauma and different things that had happened to me growing up, and I needed to heal from all of this. So I decided to figure out how to do that, how to heal myself. What steps can I take? I started doing research upon research upon research. And I started learning all of these beautiful things about the divine feminine. I started unlocking that in myself. I started channeling. I was channeling all this information, speaking to all these different beings, and it was so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I learned how to control my abilities more. So my clairvoyance wasn't in control of me. I was in control of it, right? It gave me a sense of stability in my life. When I discovered the divine feminine, unlocked it in myself, I started helping my friends and others because I was like, you know, I hate seeing a beautiful woman who is just locked away from the world and her energy is all locked up when there's so much potential to shine there. So I started doing that and I was like, oh my gosh, I love doing this. So I became a divine feminine coach. You could say a health and wellness coach. It's a little more than that. It's a lot more than that because I help unlock the divine feminine. I help you heal, transform, transmute that energy, and just live an amazing, awesome life. I believe all women are goddesses, and it's up to us to unlock that goddess potential, release it, amplify it, and use it to create an amazing, awesome life for ourselves. So I fell in love with doing that. And I started doing that. And the process has been really amazing